Hey, bench riders, welcome back. Welcome to Live from the Bench. I'm your host, GQ, alongside Boulevard.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? What's good,
Hey,
GQ?
look, I'm good. I'm feeling like we on a run now, and I think we gotta continue. Last video, last time we were together, we put together something. We talked about the Eagles and them coming back. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna. Before that, we talked about the top 12 fantasy QBs.
Mm-hmm. That's a
I
must
think
watch for y'all out there.
yes, indeed. I'll link it in the description. Um, However, all, I think you all should pay attention because we're going to do something fun. We watch the game and, the excitement from football. Some people, when there's a break from
Oh.
football, they watch football movies.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing you were an extra in a movie that may pop up
Uh,
on this list.
I've been an
Uh,
extra in 6 movies, one of which may pop up on this list.
And so we'll talk about we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll pop up on the list. Maybe it won't. But we're gonna do the top 12 American football movies, and we may even throw some honorable mentions in there.
Mm-hmm.
You threw any honorable mentions on your list?
No, I made sure to delete them so I didn't get second guess myself.
I understand that. Well,
No,
let's
I
get
had
right into
26 different movies that I started with. I had to whittle this down to 12. And
it.
I'd look at them, and some of them, it's like, I could have put something else there.
I had
Especially
20.
11 and 12.
Yeah, I had 20, and I was like, you know what? I pick who I wanted, and I'll just rest of them. I just completely went to another list. I rewrote everything, so I didn't have the old list.
Right.
So number 12, who was the team? What movie was your number 12?
Blind Side.
Blindside.
The Blind Side. Right. Okay. I'm going to start this way. Let's just begin with Sandy Bullock. Like, she was married to a dude that was like a borderline Klansman, right? Okay. Yeah, he was some bike dude, Jesse James. He's like a borderline Klansman. Then she did a movie called Crash, where she basically used every slur in the book. Like, she was racist as hell in that movie. Had Brandon's, whatever his name is, the mummy dude, Brandon, just sitting there, just like, I'm from the man's house. So I can that movie. So here's my picture I'm painting. Sandy Bullock's racist. Seems obvious from what I just said. So this is her making up for it. Also, even goes through Miss Congeniality to see her making up for it, because these are the only movies she interacts with black people. Look throughout her career, you're going to see that a lot. She does not work with black people. So this is her pretending to like and tolerate black people. That's what I think.
Well, you just brought something.
Mm-hmm. But on top of that, like I said, I had some questions at 12 and 11. How would that even be possible?
It's so crazy because he actually spoke about that. He said that they tried to make him seem like he was dumb.
Right?
He never played the game. He was like,
what is that? Are you stupid?
Yeah, he said he was exposed. He was playing the game. He was already in youth football programs, and he was actually getting good grades in school. He was like, they made him out to look dumb. He said that's why he was very upset.
They did. They really did. I mean, we didn't off of it, but I'm sure Disney made more. But they probably tried to hit him with that Jason Weaver deal. And he said yes, unlike Jason Weaver, who said no, I want royalties, and that's why Jason Weaver's still getting paid off Lion King. He was Simba.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Anywho, who's your number 12?
My number 12 is going to be funny. Because I know because the number 12 was from a TV show.
Interesting.
That had 3 seasons, which I
I think I know what this is.
I went on Amazon Prime, and I added all 3 seasons to my watch list, and then I added the movie to my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be on this list, but because of how funny it was and how it impacted me in my young days, Blue Mountain State: Rise of Thadland is my number 12. That movie.
I'm thinking myself for never seeing that for a while.
Well, listen, it's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. Listen, let me tell you, the only reason why I don't watch it right now is because my kids are in the house. Because if my kids were in school, I'd be watching Rise of Thadland. That movie
Right.
was hilarious. I cannot stop thinking about in that movie. He brings a man to one of his friends who he finds out is gay, and so because he loves his friend, he's trying to bring his friend a guy. So he brings a guy wrapped up in wrapping paper and a bow.
Oh
He's like,
my.
"Here, you like this, right?" So he's like, look. He's like issuing his hands like toward the man's genital area.
Oh my lord.
And then he goes, "Wapow, wapow, wapow," smacking it. And it's very funny.
What?
He goes, it's like because like throughout the show he does wapow, wapow, and like he does this wapow, wapow on the man's genitals, and it's very funny. Wapow, 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 wapow. And he had just the face of like, "Don't you like this?" So that was my number 12. My number 11 was The Game Plan with Dwayne Johnson.
Okay. I
this
consider
movie.
put that on mine.
Yeah, I love this movie. Although it
Yes.
probably wasn't that great a movie, I loved it. It was very cute.
It was not that great a movie. It was a generic Disney movie.
Yeah, but it was a fun movie for me. It was a fun football movie.
Mm.
I looked at like and it's crazy because I've seen Madison Pettis, the one that plays Peyton, the little girl. I've seen what she looks like now, and it like because I've always known Madison Pettis to be that little girl. Looking at her now and her movies that she's doing, it's like I don't like it. It like bothers me because I still look at her as like I look at her when I see my daughter. I'm like, that's my daughter. Like that's like my kid right there. And seeing her 22 years old now, it bothers me. I don't like it. So that's my number 11. What about you?
Okay. You just said a lot of weird there. But speaking of weird, I'm going to go with one of the weird titles that just made no sense to me. I mean, it was like it was supposed to be a pun, but it was not a good one. Invincible, the story of Vince Papali. To me, it was basically like, he was more like a man than real life. Rudy was always an asshole and kind of a PLS in real life. I didn't tell that part of the story. It's the same old Disney crap, happy ending, the all is lost moment, and all that. It was okay. There were better movies out there. Shots was a better movie. I should have put that there.
The Comebacks was a movie.
I mean, what was it? When The Rock played a fairy was a better movie. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Plus, I really don't like Mark Wahlberg. Because same reason I don't like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
But somehow they both made my list.
Says a lot about you, bro.
Mm.
You like racist.
Nah, I don't. I mean, I do live in Vermont.
Yeah.
I mean, they try to hide it. They pretend. It's there. They do. They try.
Do it really well, though.
Sometimes.
It's like, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. It's always there. It's there when, something else happens and you're just standing there and the cop's staring at you and you had nothing to do with it. It's there.
It's so funny because when I first met Chelsea's dad, I thought he was one. But He's not. It's so crazy because he looks like he would be one, but he's
I
not.
never even had a conversation with that man. I met him like 25 times.
He's very soft spoken. He doesn't talk much.
Hmm.
Number 10. Who is your number 10?
Necessary Roughness.
Necessary.
It's kind of a classic. Scott Bakula is the kicker. That's how old it is. Scott Bakula as I can't remember if it was high school or college, but yeah, Scott Bakula is the kicker. Had like Robert Loggia in it. Yeah, it's an oldie. It's like 87.
Right was the kicker?
No, Scott Bakula.
Yeah, that's what I said. Same person.
I can't picture Frank Wright.
Scott
But
Bakula
it's
and
yeah.
Frank Wright resemble each other. They look just alike.
Huh. Guess I never noticed. But the reason why it's number 10 is because Bill Conti did the soundtrack. All the music you heard in Rocky was the work of Bill Conti. Like all these Rocky movies, that was Bill Conti. Bill Conti made legendary soundtracks. That's just what he did. So that was enough to move it into the list alone for me. Was just the work of Bill Conti. Plus, there was a girl kicker. And Rob Schneider was in it. It was like 1985, and nobody knew who Rob Schneider was.
Was he the comic relief, or was he playing a serious role?
Everybody was comic relief to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know necessarily that it was a comedy. It was one of them stupid juvenile movies of the era.
Oh, it was definitely a comedy.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 10 is actually probably one of the best, I personally think it's one of the most underrated football movies, only because it gives you an experience that no other movie has ever brought to the big screen. Like, you've never seen this before. My movie was Draft Day. Number 10 was Draft Day. Even though, like, it was centered around the Cleveland Browns, I just felt like we've never seen a movie that really gave you the front office. Like we've never seen that before, so it gives you like an idea what's going on.
Loose in football.
Yeah, so I love that. I love that movie. That's why it's number 10 for me. I mean, I don't really like the characters, but because you break it down as a GM and stuff like that, you just because I've actually saw a video where GM, the Jacksonville Jaguars GM, was actually breaking it down, and he was like, they only have 7 people on their draft board. That's impossible. He's like, because there's like always like 100 people on your draft board. So he broke it down, and it makes sense. But he was like, he thought it was a good movie because you don't get that experience. Like
you don't, yeah.
You get the GMs and all the scouts and opportunity to shine for one. So I like Draft Day at number 10.
If anybody but Kevin Costner was in it, I would have liked it. I ain't liked Kevin Costner since The Bodyguard. Since the scene in The Bodyguard where the girl goes up to him, I've been watching you from across the room. And he goes, so why don't you go back over there? But just completely devoid of emotion. Just, why don't you go back over there? I ain't like him ever after that. It was supposed to be funny, but he just killed the line. He just ruined it.
Listen, what I'm going to say this. If they decide to do Draft Day 2 or another Draft Day movie, I'll play the GM. Or I'll play in the movie. Just give me. I'll do it. I do it. And you can pay me.
No, if they don't do that, they doing it about the Eagles. Nobody don't give no darn about the Browns.
I mean, I'll play Howie Roseman's character. Like,
I don't think you can play Howie Roseman. You're not Jewish.
It's all right. We can pretend. Shoot,
I don't think people would like you doing whiteface. I don't think that's a thing that you're allowed to do.
I can be a made-up GM. Like, he played a made-up GM. Why can't I? Listen, let me tell you something. I'd do it. I would do it.
I always name my chain owner's rich guy.
You could pay me a quarter of what you paid anybody else to do the movie. Trust me.
You're a cheap guy. Yeah.
For the experience. All right, number 9. My number 9 is probably one of the best football movies out there. And it's forever going to be a great movie. Little Giants.
It's a great movie. Too low. That's all I'm saying. You got that too low.
I got it too low, but when you see the rest of my list, you'll understand.
All right.
I felt like it was a great movie. I love that movie, and it's crazy to me because I haven't introduced it to my kids yet. so crazy to me because
Mm.
my kids are involved in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I should take the time and let my kids watch Little Giants. That's probably something I'll do with them today.
We went to see that when we went to see that in the movies, like the Saturday day after it came out. We was in the movies watching that.
I think the reason why I haven't is because they haven't remastered it yet. Like it's not remastered in like the new like the visuals, so it's probably not gonna. Because kids they react to 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
You try to show them something in SD or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was back then, they're not gonna be interested. Like I'm
Like,
just like,
yeah, I'll be trying to show the step grandkid or whatever he is. I guess he's technically a grandson.
uh
Cool kid. I show him stuff. Like I showed him Transformers. He's playing, and he was just so the old school Transformers. Because I only
yeah.
show him the old school stuff. I didn't know this new stuff. I just showed him Samurai Pizza Cats. He loved it. You ever see Samurai Pizza Cats?
I think I have.
Oh yeah, I showed him. He loved it. I showed him what else? Transformers. All the 80s classics. I showed him Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, all the 90s Jones, the Disney collection. Yeah.
Do you know
I
that
don't know
Michael
new
Michael Mars
cartoons.
is getting a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Did you Michael
Michael
Michael Mars?
Michael Mars, man.
It's getting a movie.
Oh, damn, Sam.
Oh
Damn.
man,
That shit took 30 years. Like 30
yes,
years to make a movie.
yes. Who's your number 9?
Waterboy.
The Water Boy,
Absolutely.
one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Like the cast was great. Like the cast was amazing. Sandler was great, and I don't say that a lot of Sandler comedies. I don't think a lot of them are good. Like Waterboy is one of the funniest comedies I've ever seen. And it
Yeah,
being sports movie just makes it even funnier.
yeah. I love when you bring sports, and then I love the whole aspect of bringing celebrity into sports, and then making it
Mm-hmm.
fun. Like you got comedians playing football because football is supposed to be fun. So a lot of people watch football movies. It's very serious. But did you have that
Mm-hmm.
comedy aspect to it? I love it because it keeps the game fun. So I love
Hmm.
it. And number 8, who you got?
The other Sandler football movie, the Longest Yard remake. I
Mm,
mean, I can really go with which movie is better, but I actually know who the people are in the remake, and I have no idea who all the old people are in the
yeah,
Longest Yard. I wasn't alive when the Longest
right.
Yard came out. So that's how you said I'm 30 plus, and I wasn't alive when that movie came out. So I could
70s.
go either way, but I'm saying the N word.
Yeah, and he said that he was super uncomfortable with
You
it.
looked uncomfortable. You could see it. It was the most uncomfortable ever in that category. That category is.
He said, "Can he like?" Because he was saying like, "Is there a way I could find a different way to say it, or can I call him?" He was like, "Can I just call him boy?" And they were like, "No, you have to say it." And
Yeah.
Nelly was like, "You gotta say it. It's not gonna hit right if you don't say it." He was like, "Can I just say boy?" No, he did not want to say that.
I'm sure he didn't. And most people
My,
can't seem to don't.
mhm. Which
It's like him.
it says a lot about Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 8 was Gridiron Gang.
Mm.
Knowing that The Rock likes to play his football movies, Gridiron Gang. This is actually The Rock's. I think this is like his. This is one of the 3 that I have on my list that have Dwayne Johnson playing a
Mm.
football. Wait, no, two.
Okay.
Gridiron Gang. He played the coach of a, can I say, marginalized, minority-focused football team, and he took these juvenile delinquents and made a successful football team out of them. I love the story, which
It is
I
a good
come to find
story.
out that it was true. It was based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this movie. It hit hard. Plus, the football was just good.
Mm-hmm.
The football in the movie was good.
It was a
Number
solid movie, but it didn't even make my list.
and you had so I think I gotta go to number 7.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I can give my number 7.
Uh,
My number 7 is the movie that you already put on there, but it was an Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Water Boy.
Mama said,
I love this movie. It was just like,
yes.
I think this might have been the movie that got me into football because Bobby Boucher, Adam
Right.
Sandler did a great job playing a boy. Like I don't even think he had a mental disorder. I just think he was just
Just country bumpkin,
yeah, yeah,
swamp meat.
yeah. And that movie is the reason why. That is the only reason I actually ate. I tried alligator. That's the only reason why.
Oh, I love gator sausage.
I
It's
loved it.
so long since I had it because it's impossible to find up here.
I remember the reason the way I had alligator. We went with a bunch of friends. We went down to Florida for a trip, and the gator was just on the table. It was like gator on the table. Like they had the steak go through the gator, and they had the thing go and they cooked it that way, then put it on the table.
Wow.
And it was just awesome.
That sounds delicious. 80 for Brady.
80 for Brady. I haven't
80
seen
for
it.
Brady. Yes.
It's a football movie. Is it football in it? Wow.
The Patriots are in it. God's in it. Brady's in it. Yeah. Sneeze on the South Field. Like, I'm not as many damn movies. So, yeah. It's the Patriots. I don't watch anything really. I like watching comedies.
They should redo the Sex in the City.
Right? Ew.
I think the cast of Sex in the City is already around that age anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they own it up now. Sex and the City Golden Girls. That's what that show is.
Yeah.
That just turned into Golden Girls on everybody.
So sad.
Actually, they older now than the Golden Girls were in Golden Girls. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And they look older.
At number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
The Last Boy Scout.
The Last Boy Scout. Is that the movie where the guy got shot? No,
That is that movie.
That movie? The dude got shot in the head?
That is that movie. Yeah. Yes. Bruce Willis. It's got to be on my list. Like, I don't know the movie. I don't know what's the name of the movie.
I never knew what it was called, but that movie is always in my head.
It's one of the greatest things of all time.
Mm-hmm.
From when did he even shot this bunch? I cannot remember. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Who's your number 6? What did you say? I missed it.
I didn't say it yet. My number 6 is probably a movie that doesn't get enough credit. Friday Night Lights.
Oof. Yeah, somehow I didn't put that one on mine.
I love that movie because that's another one of the movies that got me into football. Odessa Premium. I've always wanted to like they remind me of Penn State. So we are at Penn State. Fuck Penn State. But
I watched that. I mean, I watched the show, but I don't remember the movie.
The movie was good. I remember the scene when they're all lined up on the field. Everybody's wearing black cleats, and the one guy is white, and they're looking at him like he's crazy. So like he's in a locker room, and he has a Sharpie, and he's coloring his white cleats so they look black, and everybody's just laughing at him. I just love that movie. It was a great movie. All right. Before we get into our number 5s,
Right.
I want to put in our honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, we can do the honorable mentions after we do our number 1. Because I don't want to put something on my honorable mentions that you maybe have on your list. So.
You're definitely going to say my number 1 before I can get there.
Okay. Number 5. My number 5 is The Longest Yard.
Mm-hmm.
Balls. I love that. Just the celebrity of it. I love it when I feel like Adam Sandler is one of the only people that can do this. Get just about anybody in a movie. Mm-hmm. He had everybody in this movie.
He
and
did.
he got it.
That
Everybody
cast
just
was outstanding.
yes, and I just love it. It's man, that was just a great movie.
Yes. One of the funnier comedies I've ever seen. Longest Yard. Well, no, Waterboy, but yeah, it was a good one.
Mm-hmm. Who you have at number 5?
Brian song.
Brian?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen it.
Is that James Caan, Billy D. Williams, yeah, story of Brian Piccolo and I want to say Gil Sayers, but I'm not sure it was Gil Sayers. Well, anyway, the cornbread guy gets cancer, and it's like a whole. They're two different races, but they're friends. Themes of brotherhood and all that shit. It's a solid story. It's a must watch. It
Okay.
It's a movie you watch with your team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can get all the themes and everything. Well acted. Strong movie. Probably won awards and whatnot. Sad ending. Somebody dies. Cancer.
Yeah,
Brian. Yeah. I guess I don't remember them much detail as I used to. But yeah, that's my number 5 Brian song.
All right, number 4. Who you got?
Wild Things.
Never seen it.
You must go watch Wildcats. It's the first Woody and Wesley Snipes movie.
Mm.
Yeah, like Goldie Hawn's the coach of the high school team, and yeah, hijinks ensue. It's funny. It's funny. It's a funny '80s movie.
I'll look into it.
Plus, you got the theme, the song at the end of the movie, the Wildcat song. You know how teams used to rap back then, used to do songs together. They did that. It's pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 4 was Remember the Titans.
I've never seen Remember the Titans.
Never seen Remember the Titans?
I never wanted to see Remember the Titans.
That movie hit.
Hey, I saw it once, but it was like forever ago. But I never wanted to watch it. I didn't care for it.
I watch it every year.
Mm.
Remember the Titans is just that great a movie for me.
Mm.
I always like.
Why is it so low?
Boom! It's my number 4. Because the next 3 movies, I'm pretty sure we might have the same 3 movies as our top 3. Probably in a different order, but we're probably going to have the same 3 movies.
No, you already said one of mine.
Your top 3?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. And number 3 for me is The Program. That movie was just good.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
And the way I saw this movie was like I just found a disc and I was bored, so I wanted to watch a movie. It said The Program on the disc. I put it in and I was like, "Ooh, Omar Epps,
right?
Holly Berry,
mm-hmm.
What was his name? Joe Kahn,
James Caan. Who's on this list multiple times? He's on this list a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But love football. He must love football. Oh, damn it. Honorable mentions. All right.
We'll do the honorable mentions.
I just remembered another football.
Okay, who's your number 3?
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. I've seen it.
Dawson.
Yeah.
Why should I have? Just for that line. Just the hilarity that line has caused for the last 30 years.
Wasn't a fan.
No. The girl with the whipped cream on and nothing else, no?
Nah, I don't like whipped cream. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to it.
It's allergic to your face.
At number 2, I have the movie that you were an extra in. The Replacement. The movie that you were in.
Smoke on
He forgot. Hey, Bench Riders. He played in the movie Replacements, and he forgot that movie in his top 12. He played in the movie and forgot himself. Mm.
I ate across from Big Room. I was sitting there across the table from Big Room. I was talking to him and we were having a conversation and everything. I was having a conversation with Keanu. How did I forget the replacements? I was supposed to do everything with this school. It wasn't my thing with the community college. Well, I'm saying we ended up making an interview with Keanu and we made Keanu look really, really fucking stupid. It was hilarious. He was basically Bill and Chad or whoever he was on Bill and Chad, but he was the quarterback dude. So that's what we did. Yeah, and it printed and it was a hit. Should have got sued. He should have kept his word. The bastard.
Your number 2?
Little Giants.
Little Giants.
Oh, of course. Girl Power. Rick Moranis. Al Bundy. Football. When she flipped Casper, I jumped out of my seat. We went to see that as children's, like 10-year-old children's. I'm pretty sure you were there, but you were still shirting your pants. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always shitting my pants. So.
I know you do. They don't know that. That's for like the in-person interviews. When they're asking you questions and you just drop a log off. Just pinch a loaf.
All right. And number 1. In my opinion, the best football movie. The best football movie. Any Given Sunday.
And I forgot Any Given Sunday. Man. See, I got Brothers and Invincible on here because I noticed better movies.
You forgot.
I forgot two of the greatest football movies. I really did. I'm sorry, America. I'm sorry. I know you talk about most days, but yeah, it was all in the paper. It got lost in translation.
The reason why I love Any Given Sunday is because Any Given Sunday was the movie that made me decide that I want to play quarterback.
My name is Willie. Willie Beamer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Everything about that was good, but all the like pro players that saw it didn't like it. A lot of NFLs, they didn't seem to enjoy the movie. They said it wasn't very realistic. Oh, it's a movie. Who says it's got to be realistic? It wasn't based on a true story.
What was your number 1?
My number 1 is The Program.
The Program. I love that movie.
I mean, just so many iconic scenes, yo. Like,
yes.
Bang, bang. When it's traffic's going past, like, what else? Like, sharing the window, I'm obsessing for steroids. It's like, you have 50 months to it's so many moments.
I think you lost your bonnet, baby.
Yes. The quarterback playing is able. Oh, that is. I'm going to say the great movie about the greatest football movie ever constructed. Now you want to do your honor dimensions? Your sound is weird.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
What's going on? You hear me?
No, you're good.
Yeah, my honorable mentions. Invincible. Invincible. I liked it because it was a bio, telling about a story, but it wasn't that fun of a movie to watch.
Agreed.
Rudy.
It was solid. Yeah.
I picked Rudy because it was just that story of a small guy like myself, the smallest guy in the team, and he came out and he showed up.
That man did like 8 years in jail, right?
Right. I also heard that he wasn't as small as people let him off.
No, of course he wasn't. The dude that was playing him was really small.
Yeah. Like I heard that he was like average size, like 5'9" or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like so that like turned me off after a while. Because in high school, that's actually what they called me.
I'm
They
sorry.
called me Rudy because I was the smallest guy on the team.
I'm sorry.
My coach still to this day, he's now a principal of the high school that we played for. Like he's been there since he's been coaching football at Simon Gratz High School since my freshman year, probably longer than that. Now he's the principal. So congrats to him. And my third honorable mention is radio. And that line just never gets out of my don't quit. Don't quit. I'm sorry I had to use the accent because you gotta understand that movie was fantastic. I loved that movie. Cuban Gooding Jr. did such a great job with that movie. So there we go. Those are my honorable mentions.
I couldn't put Lee on my list because I'm too messed up in the head a person. And parts that were supposed to make you feel something, I found them funny. Like the one you just said.
Uh-huh.
I laughed so damn hard at that scene.
Don't quit.
The people just stare like, what's wrong with me? Oh boy. My honorable mention is Playmakers. From ESPN. Didn't really last, but it should have been so much better. Should have been good. They also said The Game. That's not a movie. That's some cheap BET show.
TV show, blah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I did not like that show.
No, it was pretty bad, but it was a honorable mention. Just wanted to call some attention to its existence. Not that it was anything. The Faculty.
Ooh, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, it just crossed my mind while we were talking. That's the one I had to throw in there. And of course, because of yes. And all the teachers were aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. The replacements, obviously, and Any Given Sunday, obviously. I can't believe I forgot about those.
You forgot the movie that you have acting credits in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It happens. It happens. I inhale a lot of smoke, so maybe the wrong stuff went to my brain.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That was
our top
list.
12. That is our top 12. Please take your time, like and subscribe, and go check us out on Spotify.
And tell their friends. Come check out this episode and many, 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 many in the past and more to come. Hit the bench.